Hello, and welcome to another Contemplative Living, where we talk about concepts to bring contemplation into our everyday lives. Well, it's Easter Sunday. Happy Easter. I hope you are with your family and friends. If not, I hope you find a way to bring that sacredness into your life. Today, we're going to talk about live life fearlessly. That's the theme today. And I have to say, Spirit once said to me, look at your story and become a fearless expression of gentleness and genuineness on your path until your path ends. And so, Spirit has always taught me, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about this, but Spirit has always taught me to live fearlessly. So let's get to it.
Welcome. Now creating a life of peace. This is Contemplative Living with David Bennett. Contemplations and reflections to help with spiritual living. This podcast is made possible by dharmatalks.com.
All right, so we're here and we're talking about how to live life fearlessly. Now, when I say that, what am I talking about? Well, I really want to focus on being who we are and being authentic with who we are and starting out from that point. Let's just start from there. So, live life fearlessly. We're not alone on a vast sea looking for the divine. We're not alone. And when Spirit, I've had a number of deep spiritually transformative experiences. And what they did is they connected me to my higher consciousness, to my true nature. And with that, it helped me in 2000 when I had stage 4 lung and bone cancer. And in that is a frightening period, is when you're given something like that, when the world, the universe throws something that difficult at you, then, how do we live fearlessly? Well, we connect, and when we're at our lowest, where do we reach? What do we reach for? We reach for our spiritual center. We want to reconnect with our higher divine self. And it's patiently waiting for us. So it's not like it needs to be this great journey. Our divine self is there patiently waiting for us to listen. And so when I was going through the cancer, it was a great lesson for me to learn fearlessness and to be present, because that's what it was really all about, was to be present, listen to my guidance, and to follow my guidance on a day-to-day basis. And eventually, we were able to overcome that obstacle. Now, it's kind of funny that Spirit chose this topic for this week, because I'm currently facing another bout with cancer. And in the coming weeks, there may be a Sunday where I won't be able to do the Contemplative Living podcast just because of, health issue stuff. So just a fair warning. But you know what? What I learned in that last episode taught me that it's all right to live in this moment, be authentic, and just be present, and to be fearless. So, keeping our minds steady. So how do we be fearless? We keep our minds steady, clear, and present, and focused. That's what helps us to live fearlessly. It's no secret that our mind can be our worst enemy. That's the truth. And when we're constantly worrying about the future or dwelling in the past, it's hard to stay present and enjoy the moment. That's why it's so important to find ways to keep our mind steady, clear, and present focused. One way to do this is to practice mindfulness. You know, we hear a lot about mindfulness, but mindfulness is all about being aware of the present moment and accepting it without judgment. So when we don't allow judgment in, it allows us to be more present. It can help us to let go of our worries and to focus on the here and the now. So another way to keep our mind steady is just some regular exercise. I like to go to the gym 3 days a week. Sometimes when I'm facing like a health crisis, then I have to find creative ways to exercise, because exercise releases endorphins that help mood boosting effects. It also helps to reduce stress levels, which can calm our mind and help us to focus. I know when I get my second wind, I have the clearest mind at that moment. Also, it's important to take time to relax and self-care. When we're feeling overwhelmed, when we're feeling stressed out or just plain tired, it's hard to focus on anything else. Taking some time out for yourself, whether it's a relaxing bath, a nature walk, or just some quiet time with a good book. I love audiobooks. I love to go out in the shop, tinker around, and play an audiobook. And it can help you to recharge and to refocus. It's important to take time for yourself. Choose to focus on the healthy, supportive, and positive aspects that we all enjoy. Keeping positive is critical in living fearlessly. When we allow ourselves to go down the rabbit hole of negativity, then we get buried in there and we just can't see the light of day. And that is a fearful place to be. So we don't want to go there. There's negativity in the world. Oh my goodness, there is a lot of negativity in the world. But we don't allow that to affect us, who we are. And we don't dwell on it. Instead, we find the healthy and supportive and positive aspects and look for them. Sometimes it's hard because we have so much coming at us, but look for them. All right? And we can balance our difficulties by recognizing our advantages, however small they might be. There's always an advantage in every situation, but we have to look for it. And this again goes back to don't fall into the rabbit hole of negativity, because if we look for the advantages, we're looking for the positive. We're seeking truth. We're seeking a way forward, always moving forward. Because when we just sit down in our path, that's a stagnant place, and it breeds negativity. So it's better to be positive and to move forward, always be moving forward. Hey, Jay, thanks. Happy Easter to you. All right. So, living fearlessly, we develop our limitless capacity for love, wisdom, compassion, and joy. And so this is where we really want to dig in. And when we live life fearlessly, we're able to develop our limitless capacity for love, wisdom, compassion, and joy. We're no longer bound by our fears. Instead, we're free to experience. We're free to experience all that life has to offer. When we love fearlessly, we open ourselves to limitless possibilities. We're no longer afraid of rejection or hurt. Instead, allow ourselves to fully experience the joys and the sorrows. And we're also able to see the beauty in others and in the places that we reside, even when they may not see it in themselves. So, when we are wise enough to live life fearlessly, we realize that our time is limited and that we should make the most of it. We no longer waste time on things that don't matter, but instead focus on what is truly important. That's where we want our focus. We also realize that there's nothing to fear in death because it's simply a part of life. And we've talked about my near-death experience and everything, so we don't have to go there. But when we're compassionate enough to live fearlessly, we put aside our own fears and concerns in order to help others. We're no longer afraid of being judged or misunderstood. Instead, focus on being there for those who need us. We also recognize that everyone has their own struggles. Everybody's struggling in some way or another. Everyone has their own struggles, and that we should be patient and understanding with them. You know, in the end, when we're joyful enough to live life fearlessly, we appreciate all the good things that come our way. We no longer focus on the negative. We focus on joy. And we savor the positive moments. Yeah, we savor the possible moments. So, we gain confidence in our activities when we recognize the deep connection we share with everyone. Because we are in a giant puzzle, and we're all pieces in that puzzle. And when we come together, we're stronger, we're greater, we're better. And so, be confident that with everything that you do, all your interactions with others, and recognize that connection that we all have and that we all share with each other. It helps us to be fearless because we know we have each other's backs. We know that we can move forward together. And to live life fearlessly, we let go of the domination of ego to surrender to the more profound wisdom of our higher self, our true nature, our authentic self. This is where we really want to live. So, we have that opportunity to live fearlessly, no matter what's going on in our lives. When we connect, then we're better, we're stronger. It fills us with that divine love and that universal compassion that allows us to move forward and allows us to apply it in everything that we do. And that gives us, as we do that, we kind of grow and we become more confident. We become confident in who we are and where we're going. And we allow that guidance to show us the way on our own path. I grew up as a young man out in Arizona, and some native mothers taught me kind of a natural way of living. And we see that in life, we have obstacles. There's always obstacles in our path, the red road, as it's called. And to overcome those, we need to see clearly. We need to honor all that is around us and be that positive person connected to our higher consciousness, to our higher spirit. allowing it to guide us. I hope you have a blessed Easter. I hope you enjoy your week. And I'll see you next week. Namaste.
Thank you for listening today to Contemplative Living with David Bennett. Please be sure to subscribe, listen, and share with your friends wherever you listen to your podcasts. You can find us on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and the Podbean app. You can find the links to these on David's website, dharmatalks.com, on the Contemplative Living page. Have a blessed week.